This time I'd like to ask everyone to please remain seated throughout the show while keeping your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times. And for the safety of our cast, we ask you please refrain from the use of flash photography and external video lighting. Now I'm taking care of business, let's talk about me. My name is Blake and I'll be your guide on this magical journey into the movies. It's the perfect job for me because I love movies. Is everybody ready? Well, great. Because it's showtime. Ready when you are, CB. And we are rolling. Hello everyone and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Blake and I'll be taking you from this Hollywood soundstage right into some of the greatest movies of all time. All on one tour, but just between you and me, this is no ordinary tour. That's because the Great Movie Ride brings these movies to life and puts you right in the middle of the action. First, let's visit those great Hollywood musicals. Starting in 1933 with Busby Berkeley's Extravaganza Footlight Parade, starring James Cagney, Ruby Keeler, and Dick Powell. Busby Berkeley was famous for showing close-ups of his chorus girls. He figured he had all these beautiful women dancing for him, why not let the audience see them? In 1952, Gene Kelly was singing in the rain with Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor. Did you know that Gene Kelly co-directed this movie? Can anybody tell me what movie this is? That's right, it's Walt Disney's Academy Award-winning film from 1964, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. Oh, hold on those wallets and purses, folks. This doesn't look like a very good neighborhood. In fact, it looks a lot like the underworld, the scene of such classic gangster films such as The Public Enemy. So one of my favorite tough guys, James Cagney. In one famous scene, James Cagney shoves a grapefruit at May Clark's face. She can never look at breakfast in the same way again. These guys could turn anything into a weapon.
The first time I see him. You and who else? Oh, you dirty trouble pussy.
Well, some of my favorite. Sorry. You know, he's got a point. I hate it when people talk during the movie.
Oh, they must be switching it back to the bank robbing scene.
Why?
I guess they change it every so often.
Can anybody tell me the one movie that Clint Eastwood and John Wayne made together? Actually, that's a trick question. Yes, believe it or not, the world's two most famous movie cowboys never actually made a film together until now.
I cannot hide. Go right ahead if that's what you have mind to do. A long time ago, I made me a rule. Let people do what they want.
The Duke and Clint made some Someone's drawn the bank, not on my watch, Pilgrim. Sit tight, folks. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Your guide will return momentarily. Remain seated, please.
Reach for the sky! I'll reach it! You're under arrest! Let go of it! Pick yourself up! Maybe the judge will go easy on you! Wait for this! Nobody's sticking my neck in the noose!
Remember when I was shaking with you on me?
Yeah.
And it turned off all the time?
Yeah.
That's what happened with mine.
Thought you were in danger.
slides it off to close the legs and protect it.
Look out, it's rearing up again! Jack Burnett, I said snake, not snakes.
Here in Raiders of the Lost Ark, amid 1,000 deadly snakes, Indiana Jones unearths a great treasure. Will Harrison Ford escape with his discovery? And what will be your fate? Beware.
Sorry, partners, I'm making this up as I go.
The dust of 3,000 years lies undisturbed in this ancient burial chamber. And on the chest of the great stone god, a priceless jewel.
Looks like we hit the mother load. I reckon it's time to stake my claim. Don't none of you hombres move while I'm fetching that treasure. Listen, you want a belly full of lead.
But the jewel is guarded by a curse, and those who dare defy that curse must pay with their lives.
Why is she going? Steal the treasure. That's the treasure? Is she going to be...
Halt, unbeliever! Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
Well, not bad for my film debut, huh? Just goes to show you anything can happen in the movies. Now let's get on with the show. Oh, I see dead people. The horror film is my all-time favorite genre. Some of the best horror films were produced back in the 1930s and 40s. But monsters, mutants, and maniacs are still audience favorites and continue to haunt us today. Now that's what I call a wrap. Now we're entering the jungle, home of one of the most beloved characters of all time. And no, it's not George of the Jungle, actually it's Tarzan, portrayed by Johnny Weissmuller. And over there we have Maureen O'Sullivan as Jane, and the one and only Cheetah as herself. Johnny Weissmuller is probably best known Tarzan, but he had some tough competition for the title role in his first film. When casting the 1932 version of Tarzan, the Ape-Man, producer seriously considered a young, unknown actor by the name of Clark Gable. That's right, the future Rhett Butler lost the part because producers didn't think he was muscular enough.
Daddy, I thought you said you're not going to record it.
I know, but this one's different from this morning that I was on. So. They didn't have all the fire and that this morning.
Good day, huh?
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Best last line of a movie ever. Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman in the classic romance, Casablanca.
Savage, we both know you've gone victim. It's worth the thing that keeps going on. That plane leaves the ground and you'll not really regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, the rest of your life.
Hold your camera higher.
You'll always have past. You didn't have it. You lost it. You became a Casablanca. You got it back.
Chloe, take a picture of this. No, I'm taking the video of all of it.
And now here's one of my favorite movie stars, Mickey Mouse, in one of his greatest roles as a sorcerer's apprentice in Fantasia. The sorcerer in that sequence is named Ensign, which is Disney spelled backwards. So I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. How often do you get a chance to say that? I have a feeling we're definitely somewhere over the rainbow in one of the most beloved films of all time. The Wizard of Oz. I wonder how we get out of here. What do you folks think? Which way should we go?
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road? Now, why didn't I think of that? Sing along, folks. You know the words. I hope you enjoyed our tour through these great moments of the movies. But we've only just scratched the surface of what Hollywood has to offer. There are thousands of other great movies out there just waiting for you to discover, and here are just a few of my favorites.
Daddy, when we get home, we're gonna print out the pictures and burn the videos on the disc.
On behalf of Disney's Hollywood Studios, I would like to thank you for joining us on the Great Movie Ride. And now, before we wrap this production, we still have one more scene to do, and it's called The Exit. The action begins with you remaining seated until we have come to a complete stop. Then gather your belongings, taking small children by the hand, and when these doors open, rise dramatically to your feet and make a grand exit directly towards the rear of the vehicle. Oh, and one more thing. When I yell action, don't forget that thunderous applause for yours truly. Okay, so voices, everyone. And action! Thank you, and have a wonderful day out there. And
hit subscribe, hit that button down there. And if you hit subscribe and like the video, then maybe I'll stop singing. We'll never know unless you hit subscribe, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and maybe I'll stop singing. Let's find out if that works.